Recovering Queen, the Queen fan podcast where we talk about and play the songs we love. With Jay, Matt, and Ian.
Welcome to Recovering Queen, the Queen podcast where we take a famous or not so famous Queen song, do a cover version of that Queen song, and then talk about what we've learned about the methods and the madness of the greatest band the world has ever seen, Queen. My name's Ian, and with me, as ever, are Matt and Jay. Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening.
Hello.
We should introduce the Fred Mandel of
He's back.
He's
the
back.
Spike Edney.
Is it not?
Spike Edney.
I was going to say, isn't it the Spike
More
Edney?
the Spike Edney, yeah. Yeah, who's the most permanent fifth member of Queen? Is it Spike?
Or is he the Roy Thomas Baker?
Roy Thomas Baker, I'll take. Thank you very much.
Yeah, the Roy.
The late
Oh,
great. Yeah, that's
the late
happened
great
since
Roy
Last
Thomas
show,
Baker.
hasn't it? Yeah. And welcoming Sam Swallow. Good evening,
Hello,
Sam.
good evening. Thanks for having me back.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
So, Sam, which song are we talking about this evening?
We're going to do the Farouk Bulsara classic, Bicycle Race.
Sickle race.
Bike
Sickle race.
Da, 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 da.
What
Actually,
off?
you might remember Ian many moons ago in a podcast saying, oh God, I really don't want to do Bicycle Race. Do you remember saying that one?
Well, it does sound consistent with how I would feel about doing it.
And I was listening and I thought, challenge accepted.
Aha, well, there we go. Yes, it certainly wasn't one that I would have naturally taken on because it is a bit nuts. Anyway, off of the jazz album, Bicycle Race, one that gets on Greatest Hits. Even though only getting to 11 in the UK charts, I've never understood how that works. The old Greatest Hits thing, wasn't it?
But it deserves to be on Greatest Hits.
Oh,
Let's
it does.
face it.
Yeah, I always thought it was like strictly top 10 only, though, or some urban myth like that.
Yeah, but
Greatest
it hits around the. But Greatest Hits not just about the UK, is it? It might have done. It may.
What did Flash get to?
I think it top 10, didn't it? Flash.
Did it?
Maybe not.
There's an
Yeah.
episode
You
about
can't
that, Jay.
ask us random facts.
I refer you to
episodes
podcast
from
number,
years ago.
insert number later.
Yeah, I'm sure that someone will have the fact at hand.
Anyway.
It's a sort of fact I used to know. When I'm sure when we were at university and we would have been able to say
Rattle
facts like that.
that stuff off.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well,
too old
just
for that
we can
now.
edit it in later.
I've got a question for Sam straight off the book.
Go.
Right. What is there another pop song, another single no less, that's as complex as this one by anybody? As in, it packs so much into 3 minutes as well. It's a short song.
Yeah. Do you know, it does have a lot in common with another song by Queen called Bohemian Rhapsody. That would be the probably closest comparison. And there's a bunch of similarities between it. But like you say, that's spread out over 6 minutes. This is intense. This is a full-on 3 minutes. Yeah, I can't think of anything really.
I wouldn't mind asking a question right off the start. Because for me, it's always been indefinable. And I was trying to define it earlier on. It's like, what the hell is it?
I think that's a very good question when referring to this song. It's just like, what on earth?
Well, I mean, you could say slight novelty, but that is doing it
Massive
disservice. So what, that leaves what?
It's
Pop song?
It's got a bit of a music hall thing in it,
Yeah.
particularly if you think about the visual element of cyclists, because it has the slowy down bit, like a cyclist is slowing down. It's got the cycle race guitar solo where there's two bikes, jostling for position with each other. So it's kind of got like it's like a sort of from a black and white.
Don't forget the
movie
bells,
almost.
Bicycle bells,
And the bells, yeah. I mean, as a pop single with a bicycle bell solo. Yeah, genius.
Yeah, and top marks on your who did the bells in your middle section?
It was me. Yeah, I went.
that another shopping spree, investing in more instruments?
I've got the cyclists the card. I went to Fully Charged in Guildford, and Chris Harlow let me record his bells.
Oh, nice.
And I took them home, edited them, and I was really pleased with the result.
Yeah, no, definitely.
It's good. How many bells did you have?
I think he let me sample about 6 or 7. But the one that I couldn't find, because I actually went around Guildford sampling all the bells in different bike shops, but they're all single dings now, like ding, ding, within it. And that's not good enough. And he had a couple of those ones that have got like a mechanism in that are really satisfying as you push your thumb through. And it goes ring, ring like that. And it's like,
what was the name of that shop again, Matthew, for all your cycling needs?
It is fully charged in Guildford, right next to Anderton's. Ooh. So, Matt, maybe we can pop in.
Yeah. Does anyone know how many bells Queen used?
Is it 7?
7 bells.
Is it 7?
Is it 7? I don't know.
Oh.
I think that's that's how many I ended up using. But they played them together. So John, Roger, Freddie, and Brian are all playing together with different bells.
They're all credited as an instrument. So it could be 8.
Yeah, so there could be 8 because each one they have 2.
No, Roger was holding the microphone.
You know that for a fact. No. I can't help feeling they would have put a stand down.
Oh yeah. Oh no, they would have got Mike Stone to do it, wouldn't they?
Yeah, we've got Mike Stand.
So there's not a musical score for these bells. They're just like plinging them at random. Pretty much.
I tell you what, when I did them, I did have the reference track. And I followed it religiously. I did actually sort of work out.
Oh no,
which
there's definitely a story arc to the bells, though,
Mm.
isn't there? Because it's starts off nice and gentle, then it does get a little bit more intense, doesn't it? So there's definitely an arrangement. Choices have been made rather than just a load of random ringing.
Yeah, it's not like a load of children in a shop going just hitting them.
No. It is a solo. It's a musical solo. Yeah,
but also it's something that it might have been completely random when they did it. But as soon as it was set in stone on tape, and me, like all of you guys, have listened to it, I don't know, 2,000-3,000 times.
Yeah.
You start to hear the melody in there, and you can't imagine it any other way. And it sounds like a utterly intentional part of the song.
When that new bell comes in halfway through, so it's that one. It's that one.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that bit where that one comes in.
Yeah, it is actually a piece of psychoacoustics, that, isn't it? It's is it Catherine Dirch or some German scientist who does a lot of those? Yeah, like you hear something, even speech. If I was just to say a sentence and you listen to it over and over again, you start hearing the melody in it.
Yeah.
It's
I'm so pleased that we've only talked about the bell solo so far.
But
I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah.
Scores.
The bell. Okay, here's this has got to be for Sam. In a 3-minute pop song, how many times does it change key?
Oh yeah, a lot. Okay, let me just count it. Okay, that's the same key. Okay, so you got the verses basically in E flat, A flat. Mm-hmm. Like to ride my bicycle, I like to ride my bike.
Really handy for guitar, A flat.
Oh yeah,
E flat, by the way.
Yeah, delightful. Mm-hmm. And then that's why the guitar doesn't come in till like after the second chorus. Brian's
and
like,
you can hear you can hear the relief in the guitar when it gets to the bridge.
Yeah.
It feels like, oh my God, yes.
Open strings.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So you've got a key for the bridge as well. That's a completely different key. I'm playing at the same time here, guys. Obviously, you can hear that, can't you? Of course. And then you've got they've got the, you say black, I say white. So that's like 3 keys already. But then it just jumps around all over the place. I'm going to say 8. Hazard a guess. 8 keys.
Yeah, I think I counted 5. That virtually every single section is is really a different key, and they're not even. It's not like they're related keys are either. They're kind of like keys that are really hard to get to.
Yeah,
if you were trying.
Yeah. Well, actually, this was going to be something I was going to comment on for another track where they didn't do this, where they slide around keys. Which, can I talk about that?
Yeah.
Well, you could set it up as a teaser for the next track. Listen to our next episode, Khashoggi's Ship.
Khashoggi's Ship. So that they do similar, just jump into a different key in that, but there's no setup for it at all. It just suddenly will go from one chord and then it's like, oh no, we're going to change key and then go to another chord. And I find it a bit jarring. Whereas in this song, you get like little melodies on the top that glue things together. So even if the chords themselves are really a weird angle to each other, there's a melody through it that glues them together, and so it just sounds like it's completely meant to be that way. But he's like, Freddie has obviously taken some time, and he hasn't just randomly gone from one key to another. He's worked out the way to glue them together.
Yeah, the art of songwriting, isn't it? It's incredible. As you can see it over the years, can't you? With Queen, particularly, they were probably doing Khashoggi Ship and thought, well, we've got to get from here to here. Well, let's just go from here to here.
They haven't got time.
There's no like beating. Yeah, exactly. We haven't got much time. Let's just get this done. Let's not beat about the bush. But it's that craft, isn't it, that you don't notice. But to change keys is to change the mood. Is it? How would you say? Is to sort of introduce a new sort of energy into the song, and the way that you do it is quite important in terms of if you can disguise it. That's generally better, isn't it? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. So I'll give you an example, Jay. So there's a bit where it just goes from a D chord to a B chord to an A flat chord. So it sounds like this. It goes D, B, A, and that's super weird. That's like moving in minor thirds. D, B, A. And when you hear it parallel like that, it sounds like really, really strange. But over the top, the melody is going bicycle, and then he goes up a note, bicycle, and then he goes up another note, bicycle. So you've got that glue at the top, da, 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 and then suddenly it sounds great.
No, there we go.
Boom.
Amazing. Yeah. It is
clever.
It's so well crafted. I know I've said this before, but I saw an interesting thing about the sort of core value of genres, and I think like when Jay was saying it's a good thing or a bad thing, I think it's what genre that you're working. Like a core value of prog music, for example, is to kind of show off. And so often you're telegraphed about how complicated something is, or, oh, they're doing an odd time signature, and they really kind of hammer it home and ham it up almost. And that's kind of the genre. Whereas Queen are working in the pop genre, where the last thing you ever want to do is take the attention away from the melody. And so Queen are like this prog rock band in disguise, in the fact that they're doing these crazy, because it changes time signature in there as well. It's got like bars of different measures, and it's changing key, yet it still feels like a pop song. And it's like, how are they? It's kind of like they've got the core value of pop, whereas they've got the skill of prog musicians and have probably grown up with it. And Khashoggi falls down massively because it feels like it's Brian May showing off like his kind of rock chops. And therefore he's sort of switched his genre core value. I'm nicking off Adam Neely, by the way, the idea of having a sort of core value of genre, but it's a really good way.
Yeah, it's good. It's interesting.
I've
never thought of it like that.
Like, you don't do cover versions in rap music, but it's all you do in jazz music, for example. And I thought it's just really interesting. Yeah. If there's ever a How Good Is Deaky, this is it. I actually genuinely think this is my favorite bass line I've ever played, ever. And it's certainly my favorite, like John Deacon bass line. It's just unbelievable. It's so much fun and just all over the place. It's unbelievably good and funky. It's in the pocket. It's funky. He's doing slap technique. He's doing really, really tasteful kind of that thing he does quite a lot where he's allowing himself to sort of run down the neck like that. But he's doing it just as Roger's hitting those kind of tom flam things that Roger's doing. And it's like it works so unbelievably well in those kind of call and response verses that Freddie's doing.
Early
it's just
takes,
brilliant.
Matt, of the bass, of the isolated bass when you were recording it. And I hadn't realised just how complicated the bass line was and how all over the place it was. 'Cause I found it really difficult to work out where in the song you'd sent, because it was like, what bit is this? And he's doing, as you say, syncopated stuff with Roger, and then the stuff that happens in between Roger as well. It's just an extraordinary take. It really is. And I honestly hadn't noticed it.
Yeah, I'm glad I went back to re-listen to it as well, because I'd done it off I'd found one of those like online scores for it and just played and was following that. And I was thinking, yeah, this sounds right. And then went back to listen to the original and basically had to re-record it because there's so much nuance to it. You have to have all the little slides. You have to have all the little pops. And it's just, yeah, it's God, John Deacon is so good on it. And he's clearly having a lot of fun. And it's, you know, it's quite aggressive playing as well. It's like he is actually sort of digging in. And it's quite, whenever you think of John Deacon, you kind of think of him as being quite a laid back bass player, but he's really on it. The last verse with the cocaine and President of America thing. God, listen to John Deacon on that. It's so in the pocket and so good. I absolutely love it. It's brilliant.
Matt, it's funny that you should say it about the aggression in the bass, because I was watching the video earlier on, and some of those lines that Freddie delivers, he almost looks angry, which is quite an interesting performance if you watch it back. And plus, he's got this amazing gingham shirt on, which I've never seen him wear before, and he just looks amazing in it. But yeah, there's a sort of an aggression there. There's I can't remember which bits, but maybe even like Jaws was never my scene. I don't like Star Wars. Actually, he does like Star Wars. Apparently.
Fanatic.
So don't worry about that if you were worried. But
it used to bother me until I read that he was actually a fanatic. And Brian May said that as well.
Like Jaws?
Reasonable source. But yeah, it used to bother me.
But he did also famously say that he didn't like movies, that he would always rather listen to music. One of the documentaries I saw, he was like, no, I don't like watching films. I'd rather listen to music, which I'm always quite impressed with. So maybe he's being general. Jaws and Star Wars collectively signifying all movies.
Yeah.
Well, actually, this is a nice little segue onto a little quiz that I've devised, which is one question long.
Oh, that's not a quiz.
It's a little quiz.
Little quiz, mini. Go on, question.
Micro quiz. So there is a lyrical reference that connects this song to the other song that you mentioned earlier, which is its sister song that we're doing next.
Khashoggi.
Which is
It links Khashoggi.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
I thought you were going to do the really obvious one about fat bottom girls. I was like, no way does it.
Never noticed that.
which we'll have to mention in all seriousness. What is it then?
Yeah.
What is it? No, what is it? Oh my God. It links to Khashoggi.
And actually it's quite interesting because in Bicycle Race, he says he doesn't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein or Superman. So he doesn't believe in Frankenstein.
But
But is this the outtake version of Khashoggi?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, do you know what? This is when he says we got Frankenstein. Cool.
Yeah.
The re-released version.
Oh my God. That makes me sound like I'm a proper Queen nerd, but that's just coincidence. I just listened to that version.
You definitely qualify as being a Queen nerd, Matt. You're on this podcast.
If there was any doubt whatsoever. But yeah, so in that one, he says that everyone's got a Frankenstein. So it's like, well, do you believe in Frankenstein or don't you, Fred? That's the question.
You got to remember he's playing a character who loves cycling and nothing else. That's what Brian said. He got himself into character, and it's all about he's being obsessed with cycling, and that's the character, and so he basically everything is. It doesn't matter. It's not cycling.
Right. So what do you mean? As in the social commentary of the song? You as in he wants to be free.
No, he just wants. He just wants to cycle. He's got no interest in Star Wars.
It's not a metaphor.
He's got no interest in anything big. Even he wouldn't even. But he wouldn't even be the president of America. He just wants to bicycle.
Yeah, but a lot of people think it is. A lot of people think that it's like, I want freedom. I don't want sort of these cultural identities.
Written about the 1978 Tour de France. That's it. It went past the hotel window. That's it.
And even Fat Bottom Girls is. Because Freddie went to Brian, I'm going to write a song about the bicycle race. You're going to do the one as well. And Brian wrote Fat Bottom Girls, presumably started as Fat Bottom Boys or something. And then he thought, no, I can't do that.
Well, I mean, I've just read a lot of people talking. Okay.
Big-thighed boys. That's what
I've read a lot about people sort of dissecting this song lyrically.
Yeah.
And I sort of thought, I don't know, maybe there's some sort of social reference, and it is interesting, isn't it, hearing about what was going on in the 70s with the film references and, maybe a hot dog. I remember hot dogs being big in the early 80s. I know this is 78, but, what's not to like a hot dog in a hot dog shaped bun, Coca-Cola. I don't know. I like the fact that it does paint a scene of the sort of time that it's around, but I don't really think it's much more than that for me. Anyway, it's just a bit of fun, surely.
It's playing around with lyrics, isn't it? But I love.
Do you think
lyrics.
This is
I think the
Freddie
lyrics
Mercury's
are
answer to John Lennon's
brilliant.
song "God"? Do you know that song? God is a concept. And
do you know what I do
sings,
know?
I don't believe in this. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in anything. And it's extremely earnest and heartfelt. And then the chorus is, I just believe in me, Yoko and me. And it's really, really raw. This is like Freddie's version of that, whereas all he believes in is bicycles. And so it's the same idea, but ludicrous and hilarious and over the top and fun. I love them both. Don't get me wrong.
Freddie was definitely a Lennon fan, and Lennon also knew how to write a song.
Yeah, that really works. That really works for me.
Yeah,
and the thing
I think
that
it's a good observation.
Yeah, I do. And echoing what Matt said about the lyrics, this is one of the first songs I remember listening to, thinking, I want to learn the lyrics. I just want to know what they are, and I want to be able to recite them because they just scan so well. Yeah, and you're sort of singing along with it. It really reminds me of being young and on my bicycle, quite literally.
I got one lyric wrong. I always used to think it was cigar, give me a choice, but it's not. It's
I thought
a
it was,
God,
I say, Christ. Oh, no,
give
no,
me a choice. Oh yeah, I say and then he says, Christ, I don't believe in Superman, because he says, is there a God? Give me a choice. Oh Lord, Christ, I don't believe in and it's just like
the
Jesus
such a brilliant
segue, like really, Jesus, and it's brilliant. It's got these like really ace kind of callback lyrics all the way through, and of course that link to Fat Bottom Girls as well as a sort of meta bit of marketing leading into the other song.
Seven Seas of Rye.
It has got another connection, hasn't it, to Khashoggi? Is in the way that Khashoggi and Party are sort of joined at the hip. Bicycle Race and Fat Bottom Girls are as well.
Yeah.
So it weirdly, with the fact that we are doing these two tracks back to back, somehow works, particularly with your fantastic link with Frankenstein.
Yeah, has anyone seen the rushes to this video? They are. I studied them this afternoon. I found.
Did you have to take sort of short breaks?
They're very good. There's an interesting guy, David Duffield, who used to work for Halfords, who's the marketing manager there. He was saying that because the saddles are very hard, and the girls weren't wearing anything at all. And he was saying he was having to, every now and again a girl would ask to, and I'd have to run over and like adjust their seats for them. And his eyes are just lighting up. It's absolutely brilliant. He looks so happy. But of course, you couldn't get away with that sort of thing these days. 50 naked girls on a bike.
No, they kind of didn't really get it. They didn't really get away with it then, did they? There was a lot of uproar, and they had to change the different single covers in different territories, wasn't it? And all this sort of stuff. The poster. I don't think the poster was available in all of territories.
That stuff, though. All of that stuff is good press, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
for a rock
it all
band,
helps.
Yeah, it's like I always say, oh no, you say it's such a. They knew that was going to happen, and it's Roy Thomas Baker was very upset because he was in tax exile and couldn't go to the video shoot. Again,
I think Queen were as well,
weren't they? Yeah.
They were all upset that they couldn't go to the video shoot. And it's the sort of thing you can't really get away. It's it would be a little bit seedy as a story these days, wouldn't it? That one.
Where were they recording then? Was it this at Montreux then?
Yeah. Well, hence the bicycle race and the the Tour de France.
Well, it must have been in France then. Unless they were doing a Grand Depart from somewhere else or going through Switzerland on it. Don't know. 1919.
No, they were in Montreux, but apparently it does go through. It does.
Tour de France does often pass through different countries on its.
Yeah, it went
route.
through Surrey recently, didn't it?
So, and it's coming back into the UK in 27, I think.
And Jay and
Happy
I
days.
have cycled a part of the Tour de France, haven't we, Jay?
We certainly have.
Yeah.
Yes.
Walked down the Arc de
Back in the
Triomphe.
day. No, we cycled up to, what was it, Montségur?
Yeah,
that was
something
brutal.
like that.
On bikes that didn't
Well,
really work.
it was for Matt because I gave Matt the bike that didn't the back wheel didn't turn properly, and he couldn't understand why I was sailing ahead of him so effortlessly. Yes, apologies again for that, Matt. It's a good song. Like it a lot.
Oh, so are we getting to that point where we're going to ask for scores?
No. Just briefly, it was a live track for 2 tours.
Was it?
It was, yeah, but it's a very kind of minimal version of it. Obviously, quite hard to do the full 3 minutes live. So normally it was about a minute and a half. So you can hear it, as was on Live Killers, is just about precisely how we all do it, and various almost medley bits of it from time to time. But 78 official performances by
Before
Queen
you guys
live.
put your score in, can I just dazzle you with some of the insane harmonies that they do in it?
Of course.
So what's interesting about it is
do.
the verse, I think, it's all just on one chord. It's like, I like to ride my bicycle, I like to ride my bike, I like to ride my bicycle, I like to wear it red, right. It's an A flat chord all the way through. So it's extremely boring. But then the rest of the song is when it changes and it just goes off all over the place with 3 million chords. Then it will keep coming back to that, I like to ride my bicycle. So I think there's something really simplistic and charming about that, offset against madness and chords that jump out and go all over the place. And then I was going to say about the middle 8, I like to ride it, and I like to ride my bicycle, I like to ride my bicycle. And it's a slide down of a semitone from an A flat to a G minor. It's completely weird, and you wouldn't ever expect to hear that. And then that's the key change you talked about earlier. Bicycle races are coming your way, so forget all your beauties, oh yeah. But it's also the same chords as,
isn't it?
Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy? Caught in a landslide, escape from reality. You could actually stick them one after the other. You could replace it, and it would, or you could do a mashup. I mean, that's completely. There's nothing wrong with that. That's genius, I think. Anyway, that.
So when you go into a chorus and go down rather than go up, it's the kind of the psychological effect is of one of nostalgia or slight sadness, which does fit in kind of quite well, with that section, make it a bit more nostalgic feeling. I've always found the very end of Bicycle Race curious because you've got these huge highs and loud and fast bits, but it just finishes on such a almost trivial feeling. I like to ride it where I like. And that's it, rather than a big kind of all the harmonies have gone, all the pyrotechnic guitar, bass, drums have all finished, and it just finishes in such a nice little resolved way,
That's exactly what I was going to say.
It's perfect.
It works for me. The other thing I did slightly notice, and when Sam was singing it then, it reminded me that it's a little bit like in We Are the Champions when it's na 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 na.
Nursery
na.
rhyming.
It also has that sort of that nursery rhyme, school playground sort of na 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 na. I don't know. I don't know how you would describe that as a genre, other than maybe nursery rhymey. But it's an interesting that.
Well, it's so simple as well because it's just a chord, a scale. Da, 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 da. And it's also a bit like the guitar solo. Da, 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 da. They're just scales. It sounds like someone warming up or something, or doing their grade 1. And it's also a bit like in Bohemian Rhapsody, just like really, really simple scalic things.
Now, here's a question for you all and for the listeners as well. When you do get to the end, I want to write it where I like. Which song immediately comes into your head at that point?
Yeah. It's so funny you should say that, because Sam sent me the exact same thing and I'd already gone, that's so weird, because I hadn't listened to Greatest Hits for years.
Absolutely.
I don't know when I last listened to Greatest Hits, yet still.
Absolutely burned into my brain.
Same.
Every time. Yeah.
It's not going to be any other, is it?
No.
So,
Crazy.
gentlemen, it comes to that time of the evening where we want to pin our flag to the mast, put our scores on the doors. So, Jay, where are you going with Bicycle Race?
There is no other band I can't imagine, or anyone getting. Maybe you could get close to it, but I can't really imagine any other buddy doing this. It's so unique. It's wonderful. It's 10 easily.
Yeah, it's why we love Queen, isn't it? It's what they do. It's a fantastic song, but as we've discussed, so much under the hood, so to speak. Yeah, it's a 10 from me. Easy, 10 all day. Matthew, where are you going with this one?
Yeah, no, I'm not even. I'm not even slightly not going to give it a 10. It's the most intricately and best crafted 3 minutes in all of pop music. It's absolutely genius. It's a 10. Yeah.
And finally, Sam, where are you going with this one?
Well, I
No.
I feel rather
I
embarrassed.
was just going to say,
right now.
this is the first track that I've worked on where I've thought there is no space for an orchestra or anything. This is ridiculous. Just that on its own, it was everything. Yeah, I
must have
remember
been
the
very
conversation with you, maybe we bring one in at the end. Ridiculous. So yeah,
that's what Ian would have done by the
10.
sounds of it.
Just on the very
10,
end.
10 out
Yeah.
of 10. 10, 10, 10, 10.
10 out of 10. There we go. As it should be. A complete full house.
Yeah. Has there ever been a track as good as this? We have to thank Dan. Dan literally laid down the drums with me peering at him, reading it from
And
charts
also
sent to him by
playing
Sam.
it to
Amazing.
music that we'd already put down. So it was completely the wrong way round as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
What a legend. Did a very, 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 very sterling job on it. I was about to say how much I enjoyed playing it. It was great.
So here it is. Matthew Russell, Sam Swallow, and Dan
Western.
Western.
with Bicycle Race.
Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride it where I like. You say black, I say white. You say bar, I say bike. You say sharp, I say hey man. Jaws was never my scene, and I don't like Star Wars. You say roll, I say Royce. You say God, give me a choice. You say Lord, I say Christ. I don't believe in Peter Pan, Frankenstein or Superman. All I wanna do is bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle. Races are coming your way, so forget all your duties. Oh yeah, fat bottom girls, they'll be riding today, so look out for those beauties. Oh yeah. On your marks, get set, go. Bicycle wave, bicycle wave, bicycle wave. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to ride my bicycle, 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 bicycle. I want a bicycle race. cheese. Cartier, I said please. Income tax,